Hello, my beautiful, amazing people. I am actually live right now, but the only reason I'm live is really just because I just want to get this video out the way, and I didn't pre-record anything for you guys. So, hello, how are you guys doing? Thank you for coming to my channel. So, as you see down below on the screen, if you're not following me, Tina Marie J on Instagram. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. And before I get into this video, I'm hyped. Stop. I'm so hyped. I want to share something if I can find it. Here we go. All right. So I love quotes, and I love to write, and I love to make quotes, and I love to anything that has to do with quotes and affirmations and all that stuff. I love. So I actually have some quotes that I have created. So if you check out down below in the description, I have my link to my store where I do have some, I'm sorry, I had some crackers and it's like lodged in my throat. So I have some quotes that I had created, some wall art. It's PDF printable files. So you can go and purchase some, and they'll actually be good for helping you get through your journey. So the way I actually got into my quotes was because I so after I had left Christianity and after I left the church, I guess I kind of like needed something to remind me I still have purpose. And I really want you guys to understand that you have purpose. Just because you're not a Christian anymore, just because you're not in your church anymore, doesn't mean you don't have purpose. You absolutely 100% have purpose. So I see there's people in here, but okay, there goes the comments. I've never gone live on this before. Hey, how are you, Jamel? So I'm selling my quotes. All right. So make sure you guys go ahead, check it out. That's also where my courses are going to be, which I am currently working on. As you guys know, I've been wanting to work on my course forever. And this year has been complete shit show for me, but I haven't been posting a lot because I've been doing a lot of those things. So I've been working on stuff. All right, let's get into the video because some of y'all are watching and this is already pre-recorded. All right, so we're going to get into this. So why can't Christians accept that you're not a Christian anymore? So this is a question that a lot of people ask after they leave Christianity. I know today's supposed to be Cult Friday, but to be honest, I don't feel like talking about cults at all. So we're just not going to talk about cults today. We're just going to talk about leaving Christianity. So why I'm sorry, I'm trying to multitask. Why can't they accept it? Why can't they accept that you're not a Christian anymore? Why can't they accept that you just simply don't believe? Or maybe you're an atheist. Why can't they accept that you're an atheist? Why is it that when a person tries to invite you to church or tries to invite you to do a Bible study, why can't they just accept when you're like, I'm good on that. I don't want to go to your church. I don't want to do your Bible studies. Well, I'm going to tell you why. This is what I think. I'm not saying I'm right because I don't know, but this is what I think. I think the reason why, and I'm going based off of trying to remember how I used to think when I was a Christian. When you're a Christian, if you really try to put your mindset into how you thought as a Christian, when you were a Christian, wasn't it kind of hard for you to believe that people didn't worship God, the same God you worship? Wasn't it hard for you to believe that people didn't believe in the same God you believed in? Wasn't it hard for you to believe that there were people who would actually reject you if you did invite them to church? Like, what's wrong with you? Aren't you going through a whole bunch of stuff in your life? Don't you need God? Don't you need church? It's hard. It's hard to really believe that there are people that can't, that don't want it, that just don't accept it. And so as a Christian, it's hard for Christians to understand that there are people that just don't believe in the same thing as them, because when you feel so strongly about something, you kind of feel like, it's kind of like, wow, I need other people to know. I need other people to see how strong I feel about this. I need other people to see how real this is, right? So when you are a Christian and someone tells you, I don't believe in that, or I don't believe in God, I don't believe in Jesus, I don't believe in the Bible, or even simply a person who's like, I hear you, I feel what you're saying, I believe in God, I just don't subscribe to that. it's kind of hard to really think like, well, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? How could you not? So when I try to put myself in that mind frame of how I used to think, and I see other people who find a hard time believing that me, Tina, I'm very open and honest about my beliefs now, whereas before I used to just be like, oh, I don't want to have this conversation, because then when I admit that I don't believe in the same thing anymore, this person's gonna freak out about it and they're not gonna be able to accept it. And now I'm so free with it, because why not? You know what I'm saying? We have a right to express. The same way Christians have a right to share their faith. They have a right to express, this is what they believe. They have a right to express, this is what I follow. I follow God. I follow Jesus. This is it, period, point blank. The same way that you, an atheist, or you, someone who is maybe like me, more spiritual. Like, I'm not an atheist. I do believe in something. I just can't pinpoint it, because, I mean, I was not there. I wasn't there when we were created. I wasn't there when all this was made. So I cannot really say a whole lot on that, right? But what I can say is that I believe in something. But there are people who can't accept that, because there are people who are so strong, like they sit so strong in their beliefs that to them it's like, how could you possibly not believe? You know what I'm saying? So this video is more for people who you probably recently left Christianity, or it could be any religion really. Or maybe you've been out for a while and you might have family and friends who are in it, and they're like, yeah, you're not a Christian anymore. So now you probably feel like the black sheep. Hey, Cliff, how are you? You probably feel like you are on your own. You probably feel like you're the only one, but you're not. There's a ton of us out here. It's just there's not that many spaces for us. There's not that many spaces for us heathens. We're not really heathens. You know, I just be messing around because I think it's funny. I think that word is funny. So I walk around, I'd be like, I'm a heathen. Because sometimes people, you know, they'll kind of treat you like that. And after a while, when you really get to know yourself and you really can accept and embrace yourself, you're just like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It rolls off. There are going to be people that aren't going to accept you. So how do you deal with that? How do you deal with the fact that there are Christians out there that cannot accept you? I'm about to go off camera for just 1 second, but I'm gonna keep talking. How can you deal with the fact that there are people who are not gonna be able to accept the fact that you just don't believe in the same thing as them? The very same faith that these people follow, not these people, I don't mean like in a disrespectful way, but the very same beliefs that people follow, who do believe, who do still read the Bible, who still do follow the faith, those people are very strong in their beliefs. They stand very strongly in them. So for you to come and to be like, I don't believe in the same thing as you, sorry, for them, it's like, it's almost like earth shattering. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what? How is that possible? So the only thing you could do really, the only thing that you can do is accept and embrace the fact that this is who you are. And wherever you are right now in your life, this is where you stand right now at this moment. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is where you stand. And other people aren't going to accept that all the time. They're just not. And you have to learn to be okay with it. You have to learn to be able to say, you know what? It's cool. I mean, people can't accept me. People don't like the fact that, not all people, but some people might not accept me. Some people might not like the fact that I don't believe in the same thing they believe in. It's cool. Now, what are you going to do with your life? What are you going to do with your purpose? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to really focus on yourself, and you have to not, like, this is something I personally had to learn. Anything I share on my channel, anything I share with any of you in private messages is stuff that I personally had to realize, that I personally had to learn for myself. You cannot focus on what other people are willing to accept and what they're not willing to accept. There are going to be people who are going to hate you for so many reasons. And if you hide behind who you really are, just to make other people feel happy, just to appease other people, you're only going to be making it worse for yourself, because then now you're faking it. You're faking everything. You're faking who you are. Cliff said, I'm a heathen and proud of it. Yes. Heathens unite. We're heathens. Okay, cool. You know, like we have to accept the fact that this is what people are gonna see when they look at you. Now, let me be careful, because obviously not every Christian thinks this way. Not all Christians think like this, but a lot do. And some of them don't say it. Like, some of them will only say it to themselves, or, you know, like in church, like, oh, that woman, she doesn't want to do any studies, or the woman hasn't been coming to church, and in their mind, because I'm not gonna lie, I used to talk like that too. I used to think I was kind of above a little bit. In their mind, they might think that person, like, I'm better off than you because I'm saved. So a lot of Christians will say, oh, we don't think like that. No, I don't judge. The Bible says not to judge. Yes, you do. 100% you do. Maybe not all of you. I did too. But a lot, let's just say 98%, judge in that way, where it may be in secret, where they may think, if you are not a Christian, especially if you used to be a Christian, I'll forget it. If you used to be a Christian and you're not a Christian anymore, then it's going to look like, well, why did you leave? So you were never a Christian to begin with. Oh no, you were a Christian to begin with. But to someone who still has that faith, that still like stands super strong in it, the way they're going to view it is like, you were never a Christian from jump. You know what I'm saying? From the start, you were never a Christian. And I get that a lot. I mean, I get it on this channel. I've had people tell me like, oh, she was never really a faithful servant to God, whatever. You have to let it roll off. You just have to. And I'm just saying this because, you know, sometimes people will DM me and they didn't necessarily come from a cult, but they came from religion in general. And it could be any religion. You could be Christian, Muslim, Catholic, Jehovah's Witness. It could be any religion. And people will find themselves in this like weird space where they're just like, I don't know what I believe in. I don't know who I am. My family's not speaking to me. I grew up in this, and now it's like I'm the black sheep. And so, especially if you're someone who is in the LGBTQ community, you know, I speak to a lot of people in that community that have these challenges where it's like, how can I be me, but not make other people on the other side feel uncomfortable? And you can't. You have to just be you. People are going to be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read your comments in a second, guys. People are gonna be uncomfortable no matter what. And it doesn't always have to be because you don't believe in God, or you don't read the Bible, or you don't follow a faith. It could be because the color of your skin. It could be because of your weight. For some reason, they look at you and they're just like, oh, I can't stand heavyset people. I've known people like that. It sounds mean. But my point is that people are going to be uncomfortable no matter what. No matter what. You could come from another country and come in and enter a whole nother country and be living there. And then you'll see people who are going to give you some sort of backlash. People are never going to be happy. So instead of trying to make other people happy and try to make people feel like they could connect with you because you guys believe in the same thing, or you look the same, or you act the same, or you do the same thing, or you live the same kind of life, instead make yourself comfortable. And for me, I had to start making myself comfortable. So I stopped focusing so much on why can't Christians accept me? Because I got a lot of backlash. I mean, of course, I'm on YouTube announcing how I don't read the Bible. And I'm proudly saying that not proudly like I'm proud of it, but I'm not unproud of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come on here and I'm like, hey, I'm Tina. I don't read the Bible anymore. I don't think I need to go to church. I don't feel like I need church. I don't feel like I need a Bible. And I don't. I feel like you take what resonates with you. But because of that, people are going to kind of like attack you in some way. But it's up to you on how you're going to take it. So back to the question of why can't Christians accept it? Like I said before, a lot of Christians are very comfortable and this isn't an attack to Christians. I speak on Christians because that's my experience. Like, I'm not going to speak on Muslim because I was never a Muslim. So I speak from a perspective of me growing up in Christianity. My mom is still a Christian. You know, I do have Christian friends. And so I speak from that position. But Christians not accepting, or some Christians not being able to accept you, or not being able to just treat you like a human being, that's a you problem. If you can't accept, I don't follow the same faith as you, that's not a me. I feel fine. I have my days. Like the other day, I posted a video crying. I look like shit. But you know what? I've had a rough year. This year's been kicking my ass. But that's something that's just life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens no matter what. You could be a part of religion. You could be out of religion. Life is going to kick your ass, and it's up to you on if you're going to get up and kick back, or if you're just going to lay there and just act like you have no hope, like everything is hopeless. And it's really not. And I really wish that a lot of you guys, or hope at least at some point, a lot of you guys could see this, because it's just like, it, for me, like, it's heartbreaking for me every time I speak to people and they're like going through stuff, and they're just like, yeah, you know, like, I don't know. I just, my life is not the same. Maybe I should just go back to the church. I feel like once you find that thing that resonates, like for me personally, spirituality resonated for me. I feel right. I feel like this is home for me. Like, what I believe in. I believe in, I don't know, I'm gonna call it I'm about to say afterlife. What do you call it? Higher power. I don't know. I don't really like to say higher power, because I personally think we have a lot of power as well. But in religion, you're not taught that. You're taught you don't have the power. You don't have the control. That's all on God and the Bible. So I think for me, this resonates. For you, it may be, nah, I need the Bible. I need God. I need to go to church. I need to pray on my knees, or pray in general. And, you know, we can all pray, because I pray too. But I mean more like Jesus, Lord and Savior. I don't do that, you know? So maybe for you, that's something you do. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like, there's literally nothing wrong with that. It's just about accepting yourself and being okay with the fact that some people just cannot accept you. So I'm just going to read some of your comments real quick. Yeah. I also feel like I don't think I can ever join a church again neither. I can visit a church, but to join a church, I'm just going off of some of your comments. To join a church, I definitely don't see myself joining a church again. Unless I was to become a Christian, because it's kind of like, what's the point of me joining? And this is an example I always give people whenever people try to like challenge me with this. If you're a Christian, if someone invites you to read the Quran and to do studies on the Quran and to go to their church and to do their prayer, are you going to be like, oh, I should maybe be open to it? Or are you going to be like, no, I don't believe in that. Or, you know, like, I don't follow the same faith as you. You're going to go with what resonates the most. So Christianity for some people resonates the most. I personally don't feel like I had a choice, because like I said, like, I kind of was brought into it from birth. Let me read other comments. Oh, you're an atheist. Yeah, you know, I feel like we should be able to have a space where we all can just be who we are and not feel like we need to please other people. We should be able, like, on my channel, I welcome anybody. You could be a Muslim, you could be a Christian, you could be an atheist, you could be spiritual, you could be agnostic. It started out like that for me. I started out agnostic because I was just like, I don't really know what I am. But I think that you should be who you are, and you should accept it, and you should just be like, this is me. I think it's just important that we do everything in love. I think that if you do everything in love, and you show love, and you show, like, you know, I don't believe in what you believe in, but I will accept you because this is something you believe in. So which means that I can't invalidate your experience or what you feel. So I have to accept that. And I have to acknowledge the fact that everyone isn't going to agree with me or my beliefs. And vice versa. And I feel like when you leave Christianity, once you can get yourself to that point where you can understand that and you can hold on to that and accept that, it's easier for you to accept other people. Like when I was a Christian, I would not be friends with someone who's an atheist because I would think, well, this person's going to drag me to hell with them. Now I don't care. I'll be friends with whoever, as long as you're a cool person. I feel like that's how it really should be. We just have to show acceptance. And to the Christians who don't accept, like to the Christians who feel like they need to constantly come to you and challenge you with questions and pull out the Bible, you have to know when to draw the line. You have to have, as an ex-Christian, you have to know to have boundaries, and you have to know, like, all right, we're not doing this. Like, respectfully, I'm going to decline because I don't follow what you follow, and that's okay. And once I was able to draw the line and I was able to make those boundaries, that's when I realized, like, this isn't really so bad. Like, I could take the hits to the chin and I'm cool. You can take it. And honestly, it's not easy. Again, I'm just going to show that off right there. I have a new, my product store, which is where I'm currently selling some quotes that you can print out. They're printables. And so I feel like quotes are very important for me. I said this in the beginning, but I'm going to say it again. I feel like quotes are very important because as someone who leaves religion or anything you're going through in life, you need some sort of affirmation. I know there's some people like, oh, affirmations, but no, affirmations really can help. When I left Christianity, I don't really speak on it a lot, but when I left Christianity and when I left the ICOC, affirmations was my best friend because I felt like I needed something to help me to not feel better about myself, but to feel good about being human. Because when I was in Christianity, I thought I got all the purpose. All of my purpose is here. But now I leave and I don't have no purpose no more. That was how I thought. And that's not true. So I started getting into affirmations. I started getting into quotes. I started saving them on my Pinterest. And then I started writing my own because I write a lot. And then I came up with this idea. I should just start selling them and just print them out. And so I've been working on this. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys. So you could just check it out down below. It's in my description box. I'm also going to be adding some eBooks I'm working on. And I don't really talk about my projects anymore because I had a ton of stuff I was working on before in the past and that I didn't go through with. I'm honestly going to say this off topic, but I'm happy I did not put out my original ebook because that was during a time when I was kind of like still stuck, not knowing what I believed in. But these little ebooks that I have that I'm working on for you guys now are totally different, and it's actually a series that I have. So I'm almost complete with one. So you'll be seeing it there. So make sure you do check out my store and then follow it, because when you follow it, you'll get updates on whatever else I put. I'm also going to put my course in here as well. But that was pretty much all I really wanted to say to you guys. Again, I know I didn't say I was going to come live. I didn't really come live for any reason. I literally just came live because I'm so busy. I have like a lot going on that I'm doing. And I didn't want, sorry, I'm trying to get these links off. I have a lot going on right now, and I didn't have the time to edit and do all that stuff. My daughter just turned 16 this past Monday. So tomorrow I'm throwing her like a little party or whatever. So I'm like getting ready for that. And then on top of that, I have like other things I've been working on. And I also want to thank those of you who did reach out to me. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at talking and doing other things at the same time. All right. So I want to just say thank you for those of you who have been reaching out to me. My mom she's doing better. She's still not feeling well because her surgery, it was very invasive. She had a lot done in her surgery. But she's doing better, and I've been feeling better, and I've just been really keeping good positive thoughts. And that is something that's important, is that we continue to be positive and keep positive thoughts. Because when I left Christianity, I used to think like, who am I going to pray to? Who's going to help me when I'm going through stuff in life? And now I see this year has showed me, like, okay, you can still get through stuff. Like, you can still get through. I personally feel like I've been getting through my challenges a lot better than when I was a Christian. I would break down because I felt like I had no control over my life. And we do have control. We do have more control than what we know. It's just that as people a part of religion, we're not taught that. We're taught that there's no control. And if you try to take any control, then you're just taking over. And this is something that only God is supposed to do. So I've been learning a lot through my challenges. Like, I've been really learning how to pray without it feeling like I'm praying like how I used to. I pray in a very different way now. And it does work. It does work. So that just goes to show you that when you have something you really believe in, whatever really helps you, like me, meditating will help me in my moments when I'm dealing with my anxiety, in my moments when I'm dealing with any kind of fear, moments when I feel like I need to be super strong and it's hard for me to even be strong for myself. How am I going to be strong for my mom? You know, that was how I felt that week. Those moments, like now with the holidays, it's crazy. Like, there's, you know, it's just, there's so much going on in the world. And sometimes when you leave Christianity, you might think, how am I gonna adjust? How am I gonna get through life without God? But honestly, and this is just me, I could be wrong, because like I said, I wasn't here when the world was created, but I honestly do believe that God is everywhere. I think God is accessible to all of us. I don't think you need to be in a church in order for God to be there. I don't think that you need to have a Bible in order for God to be there. I think that's an insult to God, personally. If you don't believe in God, then obviously it doesn't apply to you. But for those who do still believe in something, like I believe in something, I don't think that you need all these things to have that. I think that by saying that and claiming to be saved is like basically saying that those of you who don't do these things, or who don't go to church, who don't read the Bible, who don't even believe in God, like you're less deserving of it. God is going to overlook you. And I think that I'm trying to be careful with my words. I think that like with religion, I'll just say, and how a lot of it is man-made, a lot of it is created by human beings who use it to control. And I mean, if you look back in history, you know, you learn all these things, you know these things. I think that people really twisted it. So it went from being something that's like, this is my faith, this is what I'm holding on to because this is what I believe in, to you have to do this. You have to believe this. There's no way possible that you can't believe. You have to, this is it. And so it caused a division in society. And so now instead of having a space for just humans, we have all these multiple spaces. And I think it's good to have multiple spaces because, yes, you do need to connect. But I think we also should, at the end of the day, be able to come back into one space and be like, we're all human. You know, we all have to love. We all have to have compassion for each other because we all go through stuff. We're all going to go through stuff. We're always going to be going through stuff. I'm not the only one going through stuff. There are other people going through stuff, you know. So I think that like if you're able to come back to that space where you can say, okay, bring it on in. It's okay. You don't believe in God. You believe in Allah. You believe in, I don't know, fairies. There are people who believe in that. That's a real thing. I still can't believe this. My aunt is one of them. All right, cool. You're invited into the space. Then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just accept, but that's never going to be. But I think that as long as we can try ourselves individually to be that person, you never know. Like, you never know whose mind you could change on certain things, or not change, like change their mind on what they believe, but change their mind as to how they view other people, how they respect people. Because even in my comments sometimes, people are stupid. You know, they'll sit here and say they're Christian, and then they'll have this huge, long, drawn out draft of like reasons why me and other people who watch my channel are going to go to hell. And then you wonder why people won't go to your church. I don't want to go to your church neither. I don't know what they're teaching you over there. My church is at home. I enjoy it. I love it. And so that's what resonates for me. But like I said, just us coming together in one space, which is why I welcome everyone on my channel. I will never put anyone down because of what they believe or don't believe in. It's just about being able to respect that other people are not like you, and me respect that I'm not like other people, or other people are not like me. And once we could respect that, I think we'll be good. So I'm gonna read the last of your comments, and then I got to go. For this is a good talk. I was on the outs with church, ICOC, for remember I am a person, a mess up, and I am not better than anyone. Yes, none of us are perfect. And as long as we can accept that and we can say, you know what, I mess up sometimes. Like, I need to work on me. As long as we can accept that, as long as we can see that, I think you'll be good. Like, I have learned so much about myself since I left Christianity that I don't think I would have learned if I stayed in it, or at least if I stayed in the church I was in. Because there are good churches. Like, if I were to ever go to a church, I already know what church I will go to. There's one close to my house that I had connected with after I left religion. Damn, she cute. Okay, thank you. After I left religion, I started going to different churches. No, I was actually transitioning out of religion during the time, but I had left the ICOC, and I had a hard time being able to go to other churches and not feel awkward or feel uncomfortable. And then I realized, I don't think the church thing is for me at all. But there's one church I ended up going to. I ended up loving it, but I also knew I really wasn't a Christian, because even though the church was good and the people was good and I really loved it there, even though I still didn't feel like this was for me, because I didn't feel like it hit home for me like how it used to. I just was like, I don't know what it is. No matter what I do, this is just not for me. So if I wanted to go to a church, I know I would go to that one, because those people were different type of Christians. Those are the type of Christians that will accept and love, because they got everybody in their church. But then there are other Christians who will see that and will be like, this is not a real Christian church. You're not a real pastor. So still, now even in Christianity, you've got all these divisions, what is the point of one religion when there's so many different denominations? When you really start to think about these things, when you leave Christianity, you start to see things very differently, and you start to really be able to accept things a little bit more. And then that's when you're like, all right, maybe there's more to it that I didn't really realize, more that goes into it. It's a lot. You really have to just think and analyze everything. And it's all about perspective. And we all come from a totally different perspective. We come from totally different backgrounds. We come from totally different mindsets and views. And some people just have a hard time accepting it. And that's why a lot of Christians have a hard time accepting the fact that maybe you're not a Christian. All right, guys. Well, I got to go. I was trying to read the comments. And death cults. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You kind of threw me off. I wasn't sure you was talking about all three fight against each other and within their own denominations. Yes, I agree. There's a lot of fighting back and forth with denominations and religions, and I don't know. Listen, y'all go ahead and y'all fight. I'm good. I'm at peace over here. I may have my days every now and then, but I like my nice little peaceful meditating and my little spirituality. And there are people who will talk about that too and don't like that, and I don't care. You have to just really learn to not give a shit. Basically at the end of the day, like, once you stop giving a shit about what people think about you and what you believe in, it gets so much easier from there. All right, guys. Well, I am going to go. Yes, I will definitely try my best to stay cute. Thank you. That's a word that usually men use for women who are like under the age of 20, but I'll accept. Thank you. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.